Hey everyone, it's Sam and I'm back with episode 10 and the last Stash Buster of 2024. So if you've been watching from the start, you know what this means. So I have my basket of goodies here. To be fair, I have got through quite a few bits. I'm going to refresh this for the new year, but for today, I do want to get through another one of those Creative Craft products. It was All Wrapped Up collection and I'm going to use this one here today. So like with all the other ones, you don't need this to make the project that I'm going to make. This is purely for decoration, but for those of you that do have it, it's a nice inspiration. I'm actually going to be making a last minute gift box because I do need one for a gift. So let me show you what I'm going to make. So I'm using the beautiful, this is the Fresh Cream Pearlescent cardstock from Creative Craft Products. You get 25 sheets, 310 GSM. It's the first time I've used the cream colour and it's gorgeous. It's such a lovely card to work with. So I'm hoping to get through all the colours that I have because there's a really nice selection as well. And then I've used the Creative Craft Products circle nesting dies, but this is completely optional. You don't need this die at all. It's just what I'm going to be building up. This wonderful topper here, I have cut it all. I'll show you all that in a moment. But you've got some nice sized dies here. There's the Merry Christmas and the car, and then you got your little tree, but you'll see it again in a minute. I'm just going to give you the measurements first for the box. So you want to cut yourself 2 pieces of 8 by 11 3/4. So along the long side, you want to score at 2.5 and 5. And then rotate it so those score lines are at the bottom. And you're going to score along the short side at 2.5, 5 and 7.5. Then in between each of those, you want to score at halfway, which will be 1 1/4. So just put a little notch at 1 1/4. Then at 3 3/4. And then at 6 1/4. Okay, and you want to do that on 2 pieces. Then grab yourself a ruler and a stylus and you want to score from that marker down to the bottom left and the bottom right of each rectangle. You want to form 3 tall triangles. Okay, so you can see now the 3 triangles within those sections. Now we can fold and burnish all of the score lines. And then you want to fold all of the lines that you've just made to form that triangle. Along the bottom here, you want to just cut up each of those score lines just to the first one. And then this end section here, just cut that away. Okay, and then just take a little wedge off of there and then cut down this one. And again, take a little wedge off of that end, and that end. You should have something like that. Now I've just folded these so they're all mounting folds, but what you want to do is actually create valley folds. So every fold on the triangle needs to be a valley, and then the long score line, that would be a mountain. If we turn this way, you should have something like this. So all the points of the triangles all meet together. So we've got that effect. Okay, here is the one I did earlier. So now we can stick these 2 together. Now, because the tab here is thicker, is going to go across this, partially across the score line here. So you will need to refold that again, or you can actually cut that away a bit more. So if I just grab a pen here, if you just fold it over until you kind of meet the tab, that makes sense. So just like there, just put a little marker, make sure it all is lined up here. And then what you could do is just cut from that marker, cut down like so, and then you can still stick all that together, but it will just line up with the side of this score line here. And then if you want to do the same with this side, just again sit them on top of each other so it all lines up, but fold that one back, and again where it just meets the edge there, just trim that away. Okay, so I'm going to use the construction glue. I'm going to run the glue all down the little tab there and then all along this one, and just focus on this base score line. Get those all stuck down, and then you can fold all of that down and just give that some time You want to make sure that is completely dry, especially, you know, where you've got this fold and this detail. Okay, so once that's stuck down, flip it over and then fold over 2 sides. Add your glue to the other 2 tabs and then fold over that last one. And it should all line up. Okay, so once you're happy that it's all dry, just check, but you should be able to push all of those triangles in. You've got a little star on the top. You start to get a really cool shape. What I would recommend you do is we're going to tie this at the top first because it gives you the perfect shape here, and then it's going to make the base easier to stick together. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can either punch your hole into the top of the triangle section, or you can punch your holes through these side pieces and tie your ribbon up that way. I think I'm going to do that way. So I've got my punch here. I'm just going to take just a little pen and I'm going to mark just in the middle, come down about maybe 1/2 inch. And I can just punch this. You might want to do this before you stick it all together. But you'll just have a slightly different look to it when you tie it up, depending on where you punched your holes. Okay, and then I've got my ribbon. So I'm just going to start by going through 2 like that, and then through another 2. So just all the way around until you meet the beginning again, and that should be enough for you to tie that together. And then you can just kind of move those around until you've got them where you want them to be. Okay, so that's all in place, and now you'll have a nice shape base here. So I'm going to stick, I think, the back and the front down first. Just a little glue on there. They will just be able to attach themselves by about, what's that, 1/2 inch? And then do the other 2 opposites and then the last 2, and you'll get that perfect. Is that octagon? Hexagon? Hexagon, isn't it? Pop a ruler in there just to spread out and just make sure that's all stuck down. Okay, so now I can decorate. So I want to, I'll just pop that there. This is going to be where I'm going to attach my decoration. So I've cut this piece of snowfall acetate with those dies. That's why I said this is completely optional. It's only because of the topper size, all those pieces that I need to attach it to. But it's about 5 1/4 diameter. It's going to sit on there, and then I've basically built this scene up. So I die cut the car in red cardstock, stuck a couple together so it's nice and strong, and then you've got separate die to cut the wheels, so this one here, and then it cuts the centers as well. So I just paper piece the silver, and then these little bits on the top give you your bumper detail. So that one's going to go there. Then I've cut the Merry Christmas, which is a lovely die on its own. It's a nice size, but that is going to go right up to the top like so. So that's that one, done that one, done that one, and then I cut the tree, and then I cut it again in brown, just snipped off the bottom there. So I've got the trunk, and then the present, the little bow, which is super cute, is going to go on top, and then finished with the tiny present. So for that one, I just cut it in white, green and red, and just paper pieced and snipped away different parts to give me that look, and that's going to go on the top there. So I'm going to stick this all down separately, and then I'm going to add foam behind the car so I can attach it to the box. And there is the finished gift box. There's something really quite nice about that acetate. It's kind of like suspended. Just with the foam behind there, it does give it a lot of dimension. Just bring it up a bit closer so you can see all that detail. I think that's gorgeous, and it's a really lovely size as well. So like I said, nice little last minute one, so it doesn't take too long to do, but it's going to be great into the new year as well. For birthdays, I can see that being decorated for many different occasions. So I hope you've enjoyed this last Stash Buster of 2024. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, whatever it is that you're doing, and I will be back again in the new year with lots of fun new tutorials. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon.